channel. My name is Karen. In today's video, I'd like to talk about the blazer that I just worked on. I think it is McCall 6172. McCall 6172. Here it is. Tried making the other one but got lazy, and so because this was already cut, I worked with this one. I've made this one in the coral before. The blue one I mentioned before, that was supposed to go with this blue shirt. I didn't finish it. It's the one with the one lapel, the pocket, that needed to be corrected. I am running behind and I don't have the time to finish it. So I just made this video this week reviewing the finished stuff that I have, as well as to show you a few pictures of me actually wearing them and what they look like, what I like about them, and the things I didn't like. So let's start off with this blazer. So when I made the core one, I think I liked it, but the way it came out, I think the shoulders need adjusting. I had shoulder pads in there, and I also had a little stiffening in the top. I think I need to take out some of the puckering or the gathering at the top to make it a complete blazer. But yes, that one, it's finished. I wore it. I think I liked it. I wore it with, there are several looks that I tried this morning. I first tried it with a white linen shirt. I have a white linen shirt that I made before, and it was made using Simplicity 1538. The only thing I did was added some pockets to the bust, 2 bust pockets. But yeah, I tried the coral blazer this morning. I wore it with, I think I tried it with leather slacks and heels, and I'll put up a few of the pictures of what I tried it with. The white shirt. I also tried it with a another shirt I made, which was this one, Vogue 8772, and I think it was this view with the tie. Yeah, so I had pleather leggings on, heels, and this with the coral jacket, and this came out nice. But again, the jacket needed the shoulders, the puckering, I need to fix that, make the adjustment. I think that look was fine. There's also the look, as I mentioned, with the white shirt and jeans. I like that one, casual dress down. I think the that blazer can also be worn with a white t-shirt, navy slacks or jeans, and like casual shoes or heels, whichever works. But I think that turned out to be a great look with the coral blazer. So yeah, that's going to be working with several things I have, and the color also blends with a lot of other shirts that I have made. Try getting a few pictures, but it's really cold outside, so I ran out, took as many as I could, get back in and change again. It was, I think, in the 30s or 40s outside, really cold. Okay, so when I mentioned the coral blazer earlier, this is what I meant when I said it works well with almost everything that I have color palette wise. So this is the coral blazer. I've inserted stuff for you to take a look. Here is a top that I made that goes well with it. It's one of those little, you can't see it from this, but it's one of those patterns that has this tie at the neck. Is what a shirt. I used Vogue 8772, and it was this one. It's view B. And so this is one I think kind of blends well with the blazer, color from inside it. I think it's fine, it just pops. So this is a great blend. When I say it works almost well with everything I have in my closet, because I'm making the same things, just different fabric, and sometimes they turn out well. Here is another one I made using 1538. Simplicity, and this was from my spring collection. This was one of those great ones that I love, and again, I think it blends well with the colors in this one, if you see what I mean. It has this pop of color right here. See it? I think it blends well with this as a shirt and a blazer. So these colors that I keep selecting because I like them, they're bright and cherry. When I do make something that's plain, I tend to pick something that blends well with something I already have, so it serves different purposes. Again, this goes well with the animal print stuff I already have in my collection. It also goes well with other things that I do have. So I find that when I'm sewing and making a lot of stuff, especially shirts, because I make shirts a lot, I like to add bits of details that blends well or makes the pattern or the shirt different or makes it fun. And so when I'm wearing it or blending it with other things, it just works well. I find that it's easier for me to do it that way because then I don't go searching for stuff or run out of stuff. Anything I grab just goes well. I mainly wear slacks during the week for work, and so almost every shirt I make, except for these fun ones, can go with my gray. I wear gray, navy, browns, blacks, and stuff like that. A little pale color now and again, but that's in spring. So that color blends well with almost everything. And other stuff that I might wear, denim, goes well with almost every shirt that I have. So I find that making them this way blends well, and I also get more wear out of them. So again, I love making shirts. It's something I'll continue making with adjustments as my body changes or anything like that. I have shirts for almost any season. When I gain weight, when I lose, when I have adjustments here or there, I have practically shirts for every different season. And then when my body tends to adjust, I mainly adjust as well. But again, I love making blazers. Now I do. I love making shirts. The other one that I had was this one, which I completed last week. I showed it to you, or the week before, with the blazer. Yeah, I'm wearing it today. I took a few pictures in it. So I wore it with jeans again. I wore it with jeans and heels. I wore it tucked in, kind of under, because it's long. I don't know if I can show you how it looks right now. Because it's kind of long, I had to, it's too much fabric to go inside my pants. Let me kind of step back and show you what it looks like. It's too much fabric to go in my pants. So the next time I'm making it, I think I'll adjust it, because I think I want my shirts to be about 21, because 19 inches from my shoulders got to me right here. So maybe about 21 or so. This is a bit much to tuck in. If I have to tuck this in, it's a lot of tucking in to do. So what I did this morning when I wore it, I kind of tucked it under like this, and then brought this piece like under here and kind of have a little tuck action going on. Yeah. But for future, I'm going to adjust it, maybe take off 1 inch or 2 inches off of it, just because right now I think it's a bit too long. And it probably saved me fabric for another project, but again, this is way too much fabric in the shirt. Yeah. So I'm gonna adjust it for the next pattern. But yes, this morning I kind of tucked it under for jeans and heels, and I also wore it out. That's when I kind of picked up that it was too long. I wore it out with the jeans and some loafers that I had, and they both were great looks. So I think this one is a versatile one. Wish I had finished the blazer. It would have been a complete look. But again, at some other point I can make the adjustment to that. But yes, I absolutely love this shirt. I think this one was the template for me to make the adjustment for others going forward. I also just rolled up the cuff, and that worked out fine as well. So I'll make the next shirts I make, I'll make the adjustment that I kind of discovered on this. The length of the sleeve, I think for me, is about 21 inches. So that's what I'm going to be working with for future shirts. I also tried, I'm not sure if I tried this with gray. Yeah, I think I did. I also tried this shirt with gray slacks for work. So the jeans that I tried could be like a Friday wear with the loafers and heels. And then during the week or just casual, the gray slacks would work well because it blended well with, I was going to try like a dress slacks or something with stripes, because it was gingham. I think the flat basic gray slacks for worked well for that one as well. So yeah, that's basically what I did with that one. The next one I think I tried was the green shirt. So I finally tried the green shirt this morning. I absolutely love it. I love the green shirt because the adjustments I told you I wanted on this shirt, I was able to make them on that one. So I made that shirt shorter. I also adjusted, let me show you. I adjusted the sleeve length to be 21 inches on that one. And I gave the top here, the puckering, I kind of fixed that in and made the adjustment under here. So that one turned out well. I think I rocked that with some heels this morning as well. And I can't remember what else I did. I rocked it with some heels, but in the event, I'll put pictures in so you can actually see what the what works and what doesn't work, or what I combine them with. But overall, the shirt's practical because I was able to work or wear it with several different things, whether it's jeans, slacks. All I needed to do was change the shoes. I also found that for the coral blazer too, I was able to put it with a white shirt and change it into a boot or just any other shoe, and it worked well. So I think the idea for these shirts, as well as adjusting them and wearing them with blazers, is absolutely great. I'm gonna start making other things that I think will blend well, because both this blazer as well as a coral one blends well with almost everything I have in terms of green, blues, and a pop of bright color. So yeah, this shirt, I'll pop again pictures in so you can actually take a look. But let me go grab the blazer off the dress form so you can see it. And this one was McCall 6172. We talked about this one previously, that I was going to make it along with the berry one. I haven't cut the berry one yet. That's still sitting right here. I'm afraid to touch it. That was the template. So let me go take a look at that, pull that one off, and you can take a look and see what it looks like. Sorry, I'm taking it off. It's stuck in here. Okay, so I finished her, and for a few things I discovered working with wool. So the first thing I kind of discovered was that it stretches like any other fabric, and then when I put the heat on it to make any adjustments to it, it kind of molded or blended well. So I have two buttons that I'm going to be making, adding to it. I kind of tagged them on so I knew where they were supposed to go, but this is what the button looks like. I think it's kind of perfect. Blends. Oops, I have a knot there. This is what the button looks like. I'll pop a picture in because I kind of pinned it to it and kind of gave the look, but this is what the blazer actually looks like. This is the inside, so I use the stripe. When I asked you guys, a lot of people who watched recommended the stripes, and I think that was a great idea because the stripes kind of gave the blazer a whole different look. This is what the insides look like. This is what the base looks like when I was finished with it. And then the sleeve had this going there. So this is what the sleeve looks like without anything. And then when I pull it over, this is what it kind of looks like. Folds in on itself. So I kind of did the sleeve different from what the instruction says. When I sewed the lining all together, I put the sleeve in here of the lining, got it to the end, pinched a piece of the fabric pinched a piece of the lining, have them together folded in, and then pulled it back out on the inside of the jacket, stitched it, and so when I pulled it out and was finished, it gave me this clean finish on the insides. And then it pulled itself in, so anything that was excess, it just took care of that right there. No puckering or anything. So yes, this is what it looks like. In terms of the turn at the collar, I was able to use my pressing tool, got it down a bit, and then on, let me see if I can find it. On certain parts of it, I was thinking, oh, I wouldn't do anything to it after I pressed it and got it down, but I thought about like stitching on the end just to give it that finished look all the way through. So yes, and for the patch pockets, I wasn't going to take a chance this time and put the lapels on and spoil this one. So this is what I tacked on. I think for the next one, I want to try making the pockets, let me see, a bit better. I put the lining on the inside of it, but I think I need to kind of get more practice in terms of getting them both uniform. This one, I didn't have any peeking out of this one on this side, but I think I have peeping out action on this side. You can see it. If I put this here, you see the lining kind of hovering over on this one. But overall, I think it was good practice with this one. I liked how the inside turned out. I just like how it looked overall. But in terms of the fit, maybe I just need to figure out what it blends with. But I also tried this blazer this morning in a couple of shots. I wore it with this blouse, same one I wore it with Coral One. I wore it with this leopard print blouse. It was a bow tie. I tried it again with leggings and heels. It worked okay. I also had it with the green shirt. That too worked out okay. But I'm thinking this also could be worn like with a white shirt and probably jeans or anything like that, or slacks. But overall, I think this definitely was a good make. It's something I will make again, but in terms of the wool, I think I'm gonna go for the other pattern. Stop being lazy, actually cut it and work with it. I think it was one with had lapels and 6 buttons on it, but I talked about it in last week's video. So I think I've had enough of this pattern. I've made enough, gotten enough practice. So I'm going to be trying the berry blazer using another jacket pattern. But overall, I like how this one turned out. And I also might be going down on the fit, because when I actually wore it, I think the shoulders and under here, I see excess fabric. I didn't see that with the coral, so I'm not sure if working with the wool, it kind of stretched as I progressed, or cutting or stitching or something. But there seems to be excess in this area. It didn't happen with the Coral One because that was linen, and I didn't see it with the blue blazer because that one was twill. So I think the wool kind of adjusted or behaved a bit different, which I wasn't comfortable with. So next time with the one with the berry, I'll make the adjustment and just be extra careful as I go along with that one. So yeah, as I go along, I also would like to talk about the fact that this week with the switch, I wanted to start out with working with that dress that I told you about, but I'm having second thoughts and thinking spring is coming up. I'm thinking of, as I mentioned, these two for that fabric. Let me go grab the fabric so you know what I'm talking about. This was the fabric I was talking about, and I mentioned that I would be making this one. I'm having second thoughts on the fabric, having second thoughts on the pattern choice. Again, I like this, but I'm thinking of something long, and I'm not sure whether I need to make the skirt a bit shorter on that one because of the flow of the fabric and make the peplum a bit longer. I'm kind of indecisive right now because the longer it is, I might not wear it. It might look frumpy, and I'm trying to have a modern look or a clean look. So I'm thinking I might just go with the shorter skirt, longer peplum, but because I'm shorter, I don't know how the maxis fit. Maxis tend not to fit me because I'm shorter. So I'm on the fence in that, but I'm going to be definitely working on it. And this week I'll also be working on this one with that other fabric I mentioned, which was this one right here. So I'm going to be working on these two for my next video, as well as actually cutting the berry blazer and starting it, because in between working with the blazer and the other shirts that I wanted to complete for the outfit, I actually started another shirt, and I kind of stopped midway because I stopped midway working when I was working with this one, because I figured out as I was working with the fabric, this is how it is, and it has like raised pieces inside. As I was working with it, I realized that it was one of those fabric that was really, really dark stained, and my mistake. I always just try to make sure that if after laundering and everything it still stains, it might mean that it might not be a good fabric, because then you can't wear it with anything white, or you can't wear it with light colors, because it just might turn out to be a mess, making a mess on everything else that you wear. So I kind of stopped midway. I think I'll go back and finish. This was one of the shirts I said I would finish for this week. It can be blended with anything else. So I might just think of finishing it and doing 2 washes. And if after 2 washes it's still making a mess, I'll just scrap it and put it in my unfinished pile or toss it. But it was really a nice, shirt fabric. Really liked it. But as I said, it started running, so it started to change everything I worked with. So I was like, no way, I couldn't be bothered to do that. So finishing my berry blazer, and I finally ordered the fabric for this biker jacket. One of my first videos I mentioned I've been making this, the 8174. I found fabric for this, so I'm going to be making this, and it's going to be the faux suede. I absolutely love this. Delayed working on it because I was afraid that whatever I chose again would kind of bleed like the last one and make a mess. But this time, let's hope it doesn't. So I have this on the plans coming up next. So it's this one, the berry blazer, the 2 dresses I basically just showed you. And I also am thinking of finishing that other dress I started, which I'm completely terrified of, but it's a sweat. It's not a sweat. Yeah, it's a t-shirt dress that I started. Have not finished it yet, but here's the fabric. It's already cut. I had pinned it, lined it up, and it was planned for New Look 6449. I'm finally gonna go attempt get it over with, but I've made so many other things since I said I was gonna make this. I've made 2 blazers, 3 shirts, and I'm just sitting there ignoring it. So I'm gonna get it out the way, and hopefully I get it before I start making this one here, because I'm about to make that pink shirt. I got the fabric and I'm just waiting to get it done, started, over with. The other thing that's on my radar to do, I've always liked this shirt. It's McCall's 7811. And I love it because of the variations on the back. I can get a plain shirt from it. I can get the option of making this version view B right here. But I'd make the flounce a bit shorter or make them longer going in. I think I'm gonna make this one in a white too. I absolutely love it. But I have fabric now for the stripe. I'm gonna make the stripe one right here, but I'm not sure about the sleeve. I'd probably just go with a regular shirt sleeve. But I found I had this linen cotton blend. I absolutely love it. I think it's thin enough for that kind of fabric. I knew I wanted a shirt. I have a couple of shirts playing with the stripes going horizontal, vertical, but I wanted something different. And I think this pattern lends itself to that because it has the stripes kind of going slant ways in the, let me show it to you. I'm sorry, it just fell. So on the front of the pattern, the stripes are going down vertical, right there in the center where the lapel and the other things meet. On the two sides, it's like it's turned on the bias and then cut to meet that piece. I think that's very interesting right there, and I like that. So I definitely will be trying this one using this linen blend, cotton linen blend shirt, and see how it works out. But this one, I definitely need like a palette cleanser after that blazer. So I'll be working on this. I don't think stripes really is a palette cleanser, but yeah, I like it. I like making shirts, makes me comfy. So I'll be doing that before I start the other blazer or the biker jacket. There is another thing that I also am working on. I actually found this at, I cut into it already. It's one of those unique pieces that has the design hanging on the end. I'm sorry, I'm getting sunlight through the blinds. And I think this would be perfect for, I was thinking of a dress with several layers or tiers, but then I didn't have enough fabric to kind of create the design, like having this go down to the end of the last skirt and then this above, and then making the bodice short. I didn't have enough for that. I had basically enough for a top. So the top I've chosen is McCall's 7543. I could do this one right here off the shoulder and have this piece going down without having to hem the fabric as a great design right there. So I've started it, I've cut into it and have various pieces going on. But yeah, I got this fabric from Zoloft fabric, and it was pretty inexpensive for this kind of print going on. A lot of detail in this fabric, and I absolutely love it. So I'm working on this. I just like the color and I like the design, so I'm gonna play with it and see what I can make out of it. I think this is a nice one. I was thinking of this one at first, but it was too much going on here. The fabric alone is already busy, so I wanted something plain to show off the detail of it without cutting it much into it. And I think the fabric, the pattern that I chose will work well with that. So yeah, that's basically it. So I have this, started working on that one immediately after finishing the blazer. Now I say I want a palette cleanser, and I'm working on this one, and it's McCall's 7811. Again, I love this shirt. The fact that the stripes are going all over, and I think I'm gonna also make it in a white. So the next time I'm coming back, I should have this one done. Not promising the blazer, the berry blazer right now, but it's my mind. I'm gonna work on it. And this shirt as well, along with the other two dresses I showed you. So I should have, again, the two dresses, possibly the shirt, starting with the berry blazer, and I might do this, but this is like an in-between project for me. So I found that working on these patterns during the week after work, probably 30 minutes here or there, I get through it quickly. The blazer was the longest for me because it just kept going and going and going, and I had to make adjustments. The shirt is something I can do in 2 to 3 hours, so that it doesn't really take me long, and I can get those projects out. So looking forward to those, the dresses, the shirt, and hopefully one day I'll finish the easiest one, which is taking forever, which is this t-shirt dress. So basically that's all I have for today. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like what you see, I'd be appreciative if you subscribe. If you're viewer, thank you very much for coming back. And if you're new here, I appreciate you always. Have a great day. Bye.